Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you can hear me, just put in the chat box and say good evening. So just put in the chat box, let me know that you can hear me so that we can begin. Okay, very good. So I see our speaker in the chat box. Very good, very good, very good, very good. So as not to waste any more time, we're going to start. It's already 7. So Lukman, please, can you mute your mic? So let's keep our mics muted so that we won't be having disturbance. This session will be recorded, and the recorded clip will be available on our YouTube. So I would say good evening to you all. My name is Engineer Additional, and I'm the MD of authur-imperium Global Energy Limited. We are an edutech company located in Port Harcourt, Nigeria, and we have been in the business of developing rising stars because we believe in a green Nigeria. We believe that Nigeria can get better, and if any country will get better, this will be a function of the inherent capacity in terms of humans in that particular location. That is why, as a company, we have deemed it fit to train the youth and also to enlighten the youth, even with events like this. And today, I'm very pleased to have in the house Mr. Israel Bukumi, who happens to be one of our graduates from AIGE Tech Hub. So he was with us during youth service, and he has risen through the ranks and is already working as a copyright and an HR strategist in a company known as Redwood company in Lagos State, Nigeria. And he will be sharing his experience briefly, starting from 7:05 to 7:25. Then we'll take questions, any questions you might have for 15 minutes, then we'll call it a day. So we don't intend to waste your time. So as Mr. Israel will be taking his presentation, if you have any question, just use the chat box and drop your questions. So Mr. Israel, please, can you unmute yourself? Are you unmuted?
Yes.
Okay, I can't hear you well. Can you come closer to your mouth, please?
Yes, I'm closer now. Can you hear me now?
Very good, very good, very good. So we are going to start immediately. So you have the floor. Can you see my screen?
Of course, yes, clearly.
Okay, so I will just be your moderator. Just tell me next when you want me to next your slide.
All right.
Yes, so we are already being recorded and you have the floor right about now. So you can just start. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity. Good evening, guys. And this is Israel Bukumi Olagunju, human resource strategist and a copywriter at Redwood company as slide, please. Next slide. Slide, please. Right. So, uh, this is me in a stringed alphabet. That means this boy earlier, I'm a copywriter and a content person for uh, as a profession, right? And I'm a proud graduate of AIG Tech Company. And I think April or March, I was still a student of the institute, right? Yeah, so I haven't graduated, right? I was one of the lucky ones to get. So in my line of work, almost a year and plus, I've been able to work across industries in Nigeria, right? I've been able to work in the HR space, digital space, and currently I work at Redwood Company, as I've said earlier, a subsidiary of the famous Noazak. Yeah, so I've been able to work at with Airtel, Commando, advertisements now that you see on Airtel, Super Commando, Indomie, Maggie, and whatnot. I've, by the grace of God, I've been able to have my contribution in Nigeria. I provide human resource and content creation expertise to them. Um, and I don't know if you know of this new trending app, human resource strategies and admin of the app itself. And on a personal level, well, there's nothing much to know about here. I'm a writer. I have a blog of my own. A football fan will currently know why I am. And I think engineer will probably not be happy with that to an extent, but that's a good thing, right? Next slide, please.
Well, you are free to make your choice. I can't fault you for that.
Next slide.
All right.
Yeah, so let's get into it. Let's get into the business of the day. Yeah, so the insight, there are things that we call insight. Insights are the key things, right? Are the universal truths, right? About things, about topics, right? Yeah. So for what I'll be saying today, so the inside the human resource world and the future of it is that the human resource world is in constant change, right? But a lot of us we keep addressing it as if it's a static stuff, as if there's a universal solution to it, right? A universal formula to how to handle the HR world, right? So a lot of people are not keeping themselves updated with what HR is, what it was, and what it can become. And lucky for you guys, lucky for myself, we'll be treating that now, and a way for us to follow the trend and tackle it. Slide. All right. So for the big idea that I have, so there is this saying: you are not employed or self-employed just because you're not qualified. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that goes around, and that you hear people talk. There is and I will tell you for a fact that, of course, it doesn't guarantee that that you are not that you will not get employed. But again, I'll put it to you that the fact that you are not employed, there are differences between having a very good grade, right, and being qualified for a particular job. So this is a mistake that a lot of people make. So I'll put it to you that if you have been in a job for a long time and you're not getting it, check yourself. You're not qualified for that job. That is why, right? So next slide, please. So the simple advice is be qualified. Next slide. Yeah. So just a cup of tea in the evening. That's weird, but then we take it like that. So under getting that job, retaining that the job that you'll be getting, because there are two different things too. When you're getting a job and when you're retaining that job, right? Yeah. So happy with that, right? Nobody is going to help you with, oh, maybe this is why because you are my son, I will help you with this. to do this stuff. No, nobody will help you with that. All your mom, all your parents, or your fathers are not. All they will do is just give you the money to sponsor you. You are going to be the one to do the workings, right? You're going to be the one to. Yeah. Next slide, please. Next slide. All right, thanks. Yeah. So here is the. Would like us to pay strict attention here, please, because for everything I'm going to be saying today, here is the crux of it all. Yeah, so the morphosis of human resource, not much, but I've been able to get some things down right. Yeah, so what I've noticed is is the fact that people, as I've said earlier, people are not following the trend, and there is a trend. So if you understand that, there are ways to go about these stuff, right? Yeah. So for the past future, which are represented with the era yesterday, which means those are the first stage as far as I can go back, because as I've said, hey, I'm still new in the job. Yeah, but then during our father's period, when as maybe people of the age of 45 and above, right? During that period, a graduate, I mean, if you're a graduate, then they will, before when you be drummers now to welcome me from university, right? Because it's golden. Going to university there is very rare. So people that go to the universities or go to these tertiary institutions are usually celebrated. As such, the jobs that are available are more than the graduates. So it is for our dads, for our parents, right? For our old uncle. I don't know if a lot of people have experienced this, whereby our dads are telling us. It was when I got out of school. Immediately I got out of school, I saw a job. I mean, when I was coming out of school, job, it's not really because they were qualified, right? So the reason is because there were a lot of jobs and there were few graduates, right? So we need to understand that is why a lot of them got their jobs. So if they were born at this era, trust me, they will be at home, because they're really not qualified. They didn't even tell us what they got in school. Then they would just tell us I graduated and I got my job, because a lot of graduates. Yeah, so people in this generation, right, our parents, people between the age 45 and above, right? Yeah, so for the past, I mean, for the past, maybe for the next one, sorry. So for the next one, right, I'll be moving to the era of our uncles, our immediate uncles, right? You see, the uncles that we used to, this is the generation of what I noticed about them. Yeah, so what differentiates these uncles from us is that our dads are our parents, right? But are their uncles. So they experienced the same, they experienced them going to school, right? They experienced them graduating. They saw them first hands. What we heard was stories, right? But them, they saw first hand, they saw their uncles, they saw their uncles now, that is our father now, that our parents, that they saw them go to school. They saw them of what human resource is, right? So when they were going to the universities too, they thought, this is where they make the mistake, right? They thought, okay, when I graduate too, I will get job, right? So, but at their own era, there were a lot of jobs, right? There were competitions there, so there was need for professional courses, not as needed as now though, but there was need then. So a lot of them were not qualified. So that is why we find our uncle became entrepreneurs, because they couldn't get the job they wanted, just because then they thought when they graduated from school now, the job for them, because they were not prepared, they were not qualified, right? Yeah. So for the next one, which is our generation, which is what we now that we are in this generation, right? Millennials and all. Yeah. So at this period, right, there are a lot of graduates everywhere. For every job that you want, 10 people want it, right? only local government work again. It's not ministry job again. It's not lawyer. It's not you are going to be a doctor. I'm a copywriter. I didn't study copywriting in school. So there are a lot of jobs, right, that are not even studied in school. Copywriter, digital marketer, there is media buyer. There are a lot of stuff there that you don't even read for in school. You train yourself. Now the competitors are very high. A lot of companies out there. Tertiary institution education alone is not enough, and I will explain that as time goes on. Yeah. So for right, there will continue to be diverse labor. It will not be a competition between technology and humans, right? Now, going to work now, if I'm looking for a job, right, I'll be competing with a fellow human. But in the nearest future, you have to compete with a fellow human again. You'll be competing with technologies. Soon enough, this artificial intelligence will send most of us out of jobs, right? So, how then do we survive then? So, for you to survive, I'm happy to tell you that you're taking the right step by being here. So you have to be optimal as an human, right? You have to be optimal as an human. So I will explain what being optimal as an human is in the incoming slides. Next slide, please. Next slide. Can anybody hear me, please?
Yes, we can. I've changed it. So maybe it's just some network lag on your end. The next slide is up. Can you see it now?
No, not yet, but yeah, okay, I can see it now. I can see it now. Yeah, so for the future, right, what does human resource want, right? So it's source what we want as someone now that employs people. What I want from my potential employee is I want you to be a rat. I want you to be a Swiss blade. I want you to be I want you to be able to do a lot of stuff. I don't want you just to be a rat poison and well, you just come to me and you're telling me that you're an accountant alone. The industry now, the industry out there is too diverse, right? It's too diverse for you to say you're an accountant alone. What more do you offer? What more can you bring to the table, right? So looking for in you can't just tell me, oh, you came out, you graduated from mechanical engineer with first class. Okay. What more can you do? What can you know things about accounting? Do you know about business? Do you know about politics? Do you know about these things? These are the things I'm going to be looking for, right? Yeah. So next slide. All right. So as I've said, both a poison, right, and something that can feed the rat. So how then do you become that poison, right? So it's not even that you can do that, you need to do it. It's like a necessity, right? If you want to survive in the coming future. Yeah. So technology leads the future of leads the charge for the future. Like you need to be both effective and efficient. So there's a difference between being effective and being efficient. So being efficient is that okay, I buy but then it is effective if it can do what laptops can do, but it is efficient now if it can do what other things can do. Maybe it can even act as a car. It makes it efficient now, not effective. Efficient means you can do more than you are supposed to do, right? So as and whatnot, you need to be able to do more around your space, more than you've been taught, more than people think you are. And so for you to do that, right, you need to be able to achieve what I call career. Is a term I'm working on. Maybe with time, it will become a popular stuff that you guys, I don't know, by God's grace. Yeah. So what I'm working on is what the era of saying you're a jack, maybe you're a master of one trade, is over, right? You need to be jacks of all trade. You need to be a jack of all trade, right? You need to be a course is not enough. Your degree is not enough. You need to get all that stuff in. You need to know. You need to expand yourself in administration, in tech, in politics, in fashion, in copywriting. Almost a pro in these areas. And as an example, a personal example myself, I don't know if engineer can still remember when I was coming in. I came with the intention of offering 6 courses, right? And I studied accounting, and I filed in for petroleum, oil and gas courses. It was part of those things that I listed in that I wanted to do. And these were not my areas, but I knew then that I need to do something more than what was in my area. I was chasing, right? And for AIG, with the fact that the money are so subsidized, I was able to take 6 courses, 6 very important courses, less than, I think, was not 65,000 then. I'm good. That's a giveaway. That's a giveaway, right? Yeah. So the needs. So I'll be convincing you guys that, yeah, right. You need to be the cure, not the poison. You need to be the cure. You need to be able to provide solutions to a lot of stuff, right? Because your degree will not matter much, right? It will not matter much because those skills, right? Human resource. I mean, achieve these things. Yeah. So for you to be able to compete, right, you need to be able now to provide solutions. You need to be able to offer a lot of stuff. Totals are just zeros and ones, and maybe they will be like that forever. So one thing that a computer cannot have is the fact that they cannot have soft skills and emotional intelligence. To build your emotional intelligence, you need to build your soft skills, right? They are very, 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 very integral. And I can only underemphasize that, right? Because these are the things that computers cannot do. So have in the long run. Next slide, please. Because I think I need to round up soon. I'm almost done. Next slide, please.
Okay, so can you see the next slide now?
All right. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. So I won't take much. The 2 steps: you need to be competent and you need to be visible. Next slide.
Okay. You have it up now. Competence.
So we need to understand that. So we need to understand that there's a difference now between looking competent and being competent. And these 2 things are you need to, one, look competent to people, and you need to be competent. But first of all, for you to get maybe an interview, for you to get your job, the important thing is you need to look competent, right? So before I got my job, in the beginning of I think last year, I started a blog, right? I started a social media page too. I started a blog to work my own. I was just putting things down, and I was posting it. And I remember then I used to share with engineer, right? I was just posting things then. I was just posting it because I was making people feel like right. So I'm able to write. I just make people feel that I'm able to write. So if you want to be a cook, right? If you want to be a cook, for example, post things about cooking, post things about things related to food, right? Let people know that you are in that space. Let people think that you're in that space. Let people think that you have knowledge about that space, extra qualifications too. So this is where a lot of people got it wrong. Our uncles, we ourselves now, we are not getting extra qualifications, and thank God that you are here, right, for extra qualification. This platform can give to you, right? Yeah. So and being competent, that is the second one, is you have to own your skills. You have to know, so you have to understand what you are doing. You need to be not only visible, but you need to be capable when you are caught up upon, right? Because looking competent will get you in front of the interviewer, but can you get past that? Because you know now, the interviewer now is the fact that you are competent, you know what you are doing. Next slide, please. Next slide.
Yes, you have it now. Visibility.
Yeah, so visibility is very, very important. This is very, very, very important. Then how to be visible, right? You need to know for what you do and can do. You need to be known, right? It's not just cutting back and you're like, okay, God will provide for me. No, you need to push yourself out there, right? You need to make use of technology, right? You need to be able to look at the Clubhouse, LinkedIn, Instagram, there, words of mouth. Tell your friends what you can do. Seminars, just put it out there that this is what you can do. Let them know what you can do. As I've said, if you want to be a cook, post cooking related stuff on this, copy and paste. Just put yourself out there. Let them know. If you want to be an engineer, please go all the structures of the word, copy and paste, and just put it there. And even if you don't know it, just copy and paste it there. Let them know. Let them think you know it for now, right? As time goes on, build yourself in that area. But let people know. Let people think. Let people know, and let people associate to now with the line that you want to go. It makes you look competent even and when you are not, right? So and again, congratulations to AIGE company, and it's all in one, right? Necessary career springboard for you guys. Here you can get your solid review, CV reviews, and right now I'm speaking for experience. I mean, it has helped me a lot, right? Because I was able to present a lot of stuff, a lot of qualifications, not just my accounting certificates. I was able to provide and whatnot, a project manager, just a lot of stuff, right? Like 6, right? So when you see my CV, you are like, okay, this guy knows knows a lot of stuff, not just accounting, right? Next slide.
Okay. So you have it. Why
Yeah.
now?
So this is one. This is the last slide, and yeah. So the question is why now? So I would just like to leave with you guys with a proverb that says, because the clock is always ticking forward. So you can't just say, oh, you still have time, or you are still young to do a lot of stuff. I'm telling you, there are a lot of guys out there, a lot of people younger than me that are my bosses at my place of work right now, right? You need to put yourself out there. You need to put all these things out there. You need to put them into use. You need to understand that tomorrow is there, because in the next 5 hours, we're in tomorrow. Yeah, so AIG will be having a future career event that will address social visibility. Please don't miss it. Please don't. This will help you a lot. This will help you a lot, because visibility is important more than almost all I've been saying. What people perceive about you, right, is very, very, very important. And presentation for today, I hope I've been able to make impact.
Wow.
So thank you
Wow.
for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Bukumi Israel. It was a pleasure to have an alumni from the system to start with our e-career day, and this will be like a bi-monthly event, or at least once in a month, whereby we'll be addressing important issues now. So very quickly, in the next 1 minute, I don't know if anybody have a question, just put it in the chat box. Then we'll quickly do that in the next couple of 1 to 2 minutes. We have like 5 minutes more to wrap up this session. and the video will be available on our YouTube page. So if you have not subscribed to us on YouTube already, you can go to AIGE Limited on YouTube and subscribe, so that when this video is dropped, you can get the recorded and watch this video for anything you might have missed while the presenter was making a presentation. Okay, so if you have any question, just use the chat box and let us take this question right about now. Okay, I'm not seeing any question. So I believe everything that was said was understood. So watch out for the next session.
Well, it was straightforward then.
Yes, yes. So watch out for the next session. I would like to say that if wishes were horses, even beggars will ride. A lot of time, graduates come to me, engineer, help me with this. I want to be this, I want to be that. When we decided to do this session, I ensured that I personally sent out the notification, and this notification was sent out to over 500 youths. But you would be amazed to see the number of those that are online now. That's to show you how Nigerian youths are serious. Nigerian youth speak a lot, but when it comes to action, they chicken out. So I will tell you to continue with this good attitude that you started with, and sky will be your starting point and not just the limit, because the view from the top is very beautiful, but it is not clouded. So you don't need your friend's approval. You don't need somebody to say, yes, that's how it is. No, this company does not take anybody, or everybody will fail. You can be the exception. Who will get you there, but your attitude will determine. And you are just like you have shown with the good attitude of being online now. I will tell you, keep up with this attitude, and you will see that in the next couple of months to maximum 1 year, you will just be different from the lot. So since I'm not getting any question, we are going to stop here. And I will say thank you guys for being part of this session. We have just like few minutes. We'll just take a music session right now before we go off, and we'll call it a day. Thank you, and have a good night rest.